Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Joseph James here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I do mean that. Boy, we know it's been a slow, sloppy Wednesday morning. It almost felt like they had forgotten about this day of the week. Did they go right to the weekend already? Boy, it felt like on a Wednesday morning. Now, let's take a look at this. We've had a huge day, but all the money we made came after 10:30. We had reason to believe that would be the case this morning. We had reason to believe it would happen like this after 10:30. Let's talk about what we were looking at this morning at 7:30, how we planned our attack, and what were some of the most important things that we knew were going to be impacting our decisions this morning. Well, first of all, we began our day today, really no major news. We had 8:15 CAD news, not major, right? Minor news. 9:30 U.S. Open. By the time we got to 9:30, things were, right? They were sleeping. They were not moving quickly here by 9:30 this morning. Now, what a difference a day makes. Boy, yesterday by 9:30, we had over 100 ticks of profit, and we were just laughing at this market. We made such easy money, right? We made such easy money all day yesterday. Today was just a stark contrast of what we saw on Tuesday. Today, slow and sloppy. And the most important thing was we knew at 10:30 we had the inventory number. So it's slow, it's sloppy here going into the news at 10:30. So the first thing on our minds was we had to be careful not to overtrade the 10:30. And what we always say is look for the news to come out, then trade the reaction to the news, looking for the demand number to be released on crude. So 10:30 rolls around, nothing going on. First things first, we knew the news told us expect price to be a little bit sloppy, possibly, until 10:30, then things will change. Now, you know me, I'm not a big fan of hindsight, so let's skip the hindsight and let's go right to our morning prep. What was our plan this morning on crude? Now again, here's your morning prep. What was our plan on crude oil? Let's find our chart on crude. Here's the chart on crude. And what was our plan on crude oil today? Again, hindsight is 20/20. This is what we were looking at this morning at 7:30 a.m. At 7:30 a.m. every morning, we put together our trading plan. And our plan was to use this price wedge, right? There's your wedge. Use this bear price channel as our guide. We wanted to sell the highs of this wedge. And most importantly, we knew that if price was to go lower below 99, oh baby, jackpot, wanted to sell below 99. And then we also knew if price got below 98.27, this thing should go all the way down to the lows of that range. This is nothing new to us. We know to sell the highs of the channels all day long. We know to sell the highs of the wedges. And then, of course, if price got below the previous high of day, right, we'd be looking to sell below the previous high of day. So the first clue we saw was the news this morning. We knew things might be a little bit sloppy until we got through 10:30. We also speculated by saying, wouldn't it be nice if the news came out bearish at the highs of this channel? So we were hoping that at 10:30 we get some bearish news and we get a chance to sell this thing off those highs, and isn't that exactly what happened? By 10:30 this morning, we were about ready to pull our hair out. This thing was so weak and sloppy, nothing happening very strong. But then we got inventories. And what were inventories today? Inventories came out. Here's your inventory number. Inventory number came out much higher than expected. Okay, so they're expecting to see higher inventories. Higher inventories can mean one of two things. It can mean lower demand or more supply. We then waited for the demand number at 10:30. The demand number at 10:30 said inventories were higher and demand was lower. And that told us to be selling. It told us it would be a bearish news report on crude oil. And of course, just so happened to be at the highs of this wedge, and we then sold it. So the trades we took today didn't come until after 10:30. But boy, you can see here, after 10:30, we made a killing. We made all of our money after 10:30 today. 10:37, 10:56, 11 o'clock, 11:15, selling those highs, 40 ticks, 16 ticks, 55 ticks, 150 ticks, all fast track patterns, all easy to trade along with me, guys.